All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I find it easier when there's so much going on in a photo, and there's really a lot going on in this photo,
Right.
to kind of select different areas and work on each area separately within a selection. And the reason why I do that is I won't accidentally clone over here. You know what I mean? Because I can't work outside of where the little marching ants are for the selection. So I grab the lasso tool, and it's the polygon lasso tool because it's going to let me make nice, crisp, clean lines. So I'm going to follow the line of the window right here. And you might not be able to really see it, but the window actually, the side of the window starts right here. So I'm going to follow that line, and I'm going to kind of guesstimate based on this line here where it probably ends and run my selection parallel. And come down this way. I'm going to go right to this edge, and then I'm going to follow the edge of the windowsill. And I'm just going to work in this selection right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I don't accidentally mess up anything with the cat, and I don't mess up any of these lines and things like that. So I'm going to use the clone stamp tool for this part.
No,
it lets me,
which is basically only me and one other student have been appearing for the live sessions for the past 2-3 weeks now.
This is very true.
So crazy.
All right, so I'm going to start right here, and then I can clone up here. Oh, I don't have this? Hold on one second. Zoom's in the way. I was going to say, I don't think I have my opacity set to 100. There we go. So I'm going to select right here, and just, it lets me, be able to paint a larger area without accidentally screwing up right here.
Right.
So I can take care of that. Now that I've gotten this all painted in, makes it a lot easier to paint down here. And I gotta be aware that there's some light happening right here. And kind of follow right along the edge, clean that up. And clean this up. Yeah, nice and cleaned up, and then I can kind of go in with the spot healing tool. And I'm going to just get right up to where that light source is, and then I'll follow that down. And let's do a proximity match for this. Let's try that out. Oops. It's okay if there's like a little bit of dust. I mean, it does not have to be perfect. I can actually go up to filter, maybe do a Gaussian blur at maybe like 0.7%, see how that works. And then I'm gonna try to fix this edge down here with my clone stamp tool again. So I'm gonna really zoom in. Again, I'm kind of just following, the closer you zoom in, easier it is to kind of match your selections. And again, these are the little things that are going to make your photos just a little bit more believable. You know, you might say like, oh, is anybody really going to notice that? They might not, but you will, you know?
Yeah.
All right, and then I can deselect that selection. So by doing that, I've kind of taken care of this whole area. So the next part, I'm going to use my lasso tool again. And I'm going to take care of in here. So I'm going to grab my lasso tool. I'm going to follow the same. I'm going to start over here again because it's easy for me to see this line. Visually, almost have to like guess where it is. And I'm going to just work slowly, kind of section by section. So I'm going to just kind of clean up right in here. I'll even try. That gets a little too blurry. It doesn't really work. Let me go back to clone stamp. Or I might just need to change it to content aware. Let's try that. No.
See, that's what was happening to her face.
Yeah, sometimes that's just that tool just doesn't work. Yeah. So you can kind of see, like it starts to get a little bit lighter. This is too dark up here, so I'm not going to start cloning here. Whoops. Wrong tool. I'm going to start right here, and I want to just kind of follow. There's a ridge right here in the window, so I'm going to try to follow that ridge. Get it right down. Oops.
Like I said, you got to give me credit for at least trying this one and the girl.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I wasn't about to attempt the other picture. It was absolutely too much for me, especially just starting out with Photoshop.
Yeah, they're tough. These are definitely tough. So, and just try to follow this line up, batch it up. Gotta just work really slow. Follow this one. Start right here. Follow this down. And the reason why you have to start over is if you start running into the part that you've already cloned before you click off, it doesn't remember that it's cloned. So it's a little tricky. Gotta kind of have a steady hand doing it too. All right, so that took care of that part. I'm kind of just going to re-clone all of this the whole way down because the lighting's pretty much consistent. So I'm gonna make my brush almost as big, if I can, as my selection, maybe a little bit smaller. I'll start here. Just follow that. Right on down. There we go. Really nice and easy. Get rid of that smudge right there. I think I got like a little bit right here I gotta hit. There we go. All right, so that piece is now done. So then I'm going to select this piece. I'm going to do the same exact thing I just did. start my selection probably right here. Whoops, don't click, escape, hold on. Here, right to, I'll go a little bit further. There we go, make sure I got it all in. And I'm gonna just kind of do a couple of little pieces to clean up because I might as well clone nice clean areas instead of having to go back and fix all the same spots. And I gotta be aware that the lighting gets a little bit lighter as it goes down, so I gotta kind of clone it a little close. So let me expand this. There we go. Same thing right here. Line that up. Gets a little, oops, a little bit darker. To match those up. There we go. And this part. And line that up. It never used to give you like the preview to show you it like inside the circle. You would have to guess. Whoops, that was a little off. It was awful. You'd have to sit there and do it like 10 times manually until it like finally showed up correctly.
That's when I would say, okay, enough is enough. I would literally have to walk away.
All right, so we've got most of the window done. Let's do this part of the window. Again, I'm going to use the lasso tool. And let's see. Follow this edge. All right, so you can see I kind of have like this light spot here. Right. So I got to kind of be aware of that there's some light, like a light, angle or a light source hitting right there, making that part brighter. So I just got to remember that in the back of my head. Let me try cleaning this up with this. It worked a little. Oops. Nope. All right, back to the clone stamp tool. Well. go. So for this one, I'm not going to do a blur. Oops. I think I'm going to try to despeckle it, which is a filter, and see how that works. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, so I'm going to go to filter noise, despeckle. Zoom in. And that kind of worked, but it still left some of the, oops, no. Redo. There we go. So it still left a little bit of the definition in the wood, which is good. Get rid of that one. Because if it's too blurred, it doesn't look real.
Right.
All right, so, oops. Deselect that and save. Save this bad boy before I... All right.
So I didn't touch her eye, because it's like with that other eye, you really can't see if there's an eye there.
Right, here's her eye right here.
Right, because I didn't touch her eye.
I think it was whatever was happening, it was causing like this, it's, I can't remember what it's called. It's almost like a mirror effect that just happens where it kind of like it does this like the whole way up. So you got to kind of just be careful. And sometimes you have to start from somewhere else. Like you might have to clone from over here to not have that happen. You just got to kind of watch your source. So I'm going to work my way up. So I'm going to kind of start over here and work my way up through her. And I'm going to turn my opacity down to like 60%, just so, you know, oops. So I got to try to kind of follow the fur.
Yeah, now you understand where I had the challenge.
Oh, yeah. Let's zoom in.
Especially on her mouth there.
Yeah, let's try to start here, just kind of take out some of these. It's almost like we just kind of have to build a mouth. Clean this up while we're over here.
Oh, Shadow has not gone near my 20-gallon fish tank ever since he fell into it.
Oh, that's good.
But he goes up to my 10-gallon tank.
Well, he hasn't fallen in that one yet.
Well, I have 4 male guppy, fancy-tailed guppies in that one, so yeah, they won't bite them.
Oh, ha!
Not like my my tiger albino Oscar did.
So I'm not even at this point, I'm not even looking at this as a cat. Like, I'm looking at this as just pixels that I'm changing. You know, I'm getting that close that, you know, I'm almost not letting the fact that this is a cat interfere with fixing, you know, this pixel and fixing that pixel. You know, I'm looking at what's going on around it, and I'm rebuilding an image just based on the pixel data. I'm almost taking kind of taking the cat out of the equation in a way.
Right.
And the reason why I'm working on this side first is I'm going to try to rebuild the other side from this side.
If you're going to post this, I'm going to have to go tell DJ to watch this. Because she helped me with this one. This was the assignment.
Yes. So again, I'm just getting really in there.
That way she'll you know what I mean?
Yep.
That way she can have a better understanding of what you needed to be done. That way if she comes across another picture like this, she knows what to do.
Yeah, this one in the kids, those ones are tough. There's a whole lot of photoshopping going on. You know, I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and this is, you can see how much, you can hear all my clicking and see how much I'm literally clicking to do this. Click, 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 click. He can be rebuilt. We will rebuild him better than he was. And of course, it can't be a regular cat. It has to be a calico-ish cat, which means it's probably a female.
My 7-month-old just went into heat. She is a calico tortie.
Ah.
She's two-tone gray with tan spots all over. And then on her chest, she has this really strange white spot. And on the outside of this white spot, she has this tan outer lining around this white spot.
Oh, wow.
And the poor baby just went into heat.
Oh, jeez.
She doesn't have a regular whine for a heat cry either. It's one of those super unique heat cries.
All right, so I gotta meet up with this ear over here. Whoops. I'm gonna work my way down on the ear. Gotta rebuild the end.
You got her hair on the outside of it too.
Yep.
That sticks out. I think she is part calico because, granted, like my Maine Coon mix has hair like that as well. That sticks out. I think all cats do, but it depends on the length too.
Yeah. Literally just rebuilding. Edge the cat over here. Alright. She's kind of got some other coloring. So I'm going to try to use some of her other coloring so it's not so monotonous.
That's odd that that color is turning out to be a blue color.
Well, it's probably an old photo, and old photo paper used to do stuff like this.
Did you tell your mom that you used her in a demo?
No, I did not. I was like, Shannon, why did you do that? All right, let's try 30% of this, and that'll kind of give me the lighter color I'm looking for over here, because the light is coming in through the window. That up a little. All right, so that rebuilt our head. Still gonna work a little bit on here. Get rid of some of that speckle. Which, all right, I'm gonna try quick mask for a second. And I'm gonna paint in where it's just a little bit too speckled. We'll see if I can fake it. Fake it till I make it. There, let's see. And select the inverse. Oh, move out of the way, zoom. Select. I'm gonna feather it. Probably 8 pixels, I'm gonna say, so I don't have a hard edge. And then I'm going to do a de-speckle, and we'll see how that works. Kind of helped. I can fix it with the clone tool a little bit. Just kind of feather that out. Fur is the worst. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's fix right here. I don't want to mess up his ear, so I'm going to clip with my lasso tool. Just kind of go around the ear I just built. Select the window I'm going to fix. And that's not that bad. Hold on. Filter, not filter, select. Feather this by 2 pixels. There we go. Round it out a little bit. And, oops, 100%. Oh, match. That up. Match that up. Try this one. There we go. And I can deselect that. All right, so we got the window fixed. I think all that's left is right here. I'm gonna just select again with the lasso tool. I'll just try to despeckle that first, and then just kind of go in and clone that out. And he's looking pretty good. Oh, wait, there's one little thing right here.
No, I would have never seen that.
That is my Photoshop trained eye. All right.
But then again, you work for Benjamin Moore, so yeah, you would have that.
They would have been like, you missed something. A little bit of a... I can't tell if it's a crinkle in the photo right here or if it's the house.
I thought it was the house.
Yeah, because there's like a glare.
Alone.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of just remove this, I guess, and then...
But see, maybe it is.
Yeah, or the screen window, yeah. Well, we can, while we're here. Like, I feel like that's definitely the screen. All right. So just kind of look it over. You know, if you see any other little tiny blemishes that are really calling out, fix them. And save it. So that's how I would do the cat. There's a lot, you know, I think that selecting different areas really helps. It just helps you from like screwing up parts that you've already fixed.
Right.
So that is my suggestion. All right, I'm going to end this recording and I will share it with you guys.